Welcome to Columbus, Ohio, and the venerable Horseshoe, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, a place that's home to such legendary names as Archie, Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a team from the ACC, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Wolverines will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Set on first down. The back goes in motion. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Yeah, and there you go again. Ohio State bringing the ground game. They typically do that, Reese. That's pretty normal.
They've built their entire program around it. Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. You go back to Hopalong Cassidy. I mean, the Buckeyes love to run the ball, no matter how many times they spin the magic beat. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Calls his own number. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Last time these two met, Ohio State didn't just fight that team across the field. They pretty much knocked them out, stomping Michigan.
Yeah, it was a heavyweight knockout, too. They were throwing haymakers right from the opening bell. We know that Ohio State recruits at such a high caliber, and they're consistently pumping guys into the NFL. First-round talent as well. Last year's game, all of their best players, they showed up big.
And Michigan had no answer, and now does Michigan have an answer this year? Because it's another talented Buckeye team. Every year you're going to play the Buckeyes, they're going to be talented. Michigan has to make the game physical. Michigan has to play their brand of football if they want to change the outcome.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematic.
There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, a great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always matters. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive. And the house call coming on the run from the 23. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They use the end around, first play of the drive. That'll get the eyes moving. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
And I tell you what, I love the versatility of wide receivers nowadays. You can handle the football many different ways, but I like this. Get him going full speed in motion. He's already got all that speed built up. Hand him the football. He can chew up 5 yards in a hurry, get you those critical yards you need to put you in better situations.
That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The give to the back. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Starts to scramble to the left. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Michigan.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Using his feet. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
The pull and throw off the RPO. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. The Buckeyes are marching down the field. They'll throw it on first down. Quarterback extends the play. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Got the first down and more. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And the PAT gives him a 14-7 lead. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And the capper came on a 34-yard jaunt to the end zone. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He'll pull it down.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
The give to the single back. Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
Fires on the move. Working on the right. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
First down for the offense.
And the Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Got out of trouble and throws. It's complete. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Ohio State 14, Michigan 7.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Now they'll try the right side. Headed to the end zone. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and
wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. He'll try to tack on one more. Smashes it through for the PAT. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And it was finished off with a quarterback sneak. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Using his feet to buy time. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And that goes down as an incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense got to stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you...
And the pressure gets there, and down he goes at the 18. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things. And with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Makes a move. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Might be looking to run. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Takes the handoff. It's Pitts. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
Past the first down marker and still running. And he'll be ridden out of bounds, but not before a good pickup on that one.
I'll tell you what, when the ball's tossed on the perimeter really quickly, you got to take really good angles. When I'm a safety and I'm spinning down, I'm trying to catch that guy. He's got so much space out there now. I don't have a lot of help from my defensive tackles or my defensive ends. Those are tough spots to be in. You can tell the running back won that battle, got a bunch of yards. Nice positive play for this offense.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to the back. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down. They can pick up the first without scoring. This quarterback part of their running game. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Ohio State.
The identity of this offense is their ability to run the football. They're doing that in this game. That's now 3 rushing touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that drive covered just 44 yards, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. And the returner will be dragged down. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So
He's got it down the right side. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to go first.
And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll run it to the right side. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Taking it the other way. After making the interception, he sets up his offense by running it back to the 39. Looking for a productive play on first down. Running back searching for a hole. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. And more yards after contact. The expressway is wide open. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. With the run on 1st and goal. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Second and goal coming up.
Here we go.
Wide out in motion. With jet sweep pass. Touchdown Buckeyes! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half.
28, Michigan, 14.
Here he comes with the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Lets it fly. Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision making.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Trying to get to it. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Negative play on 1st down. That's what a defense always wants. Back to pass, it's Thorne. Unloads it left. It's caught downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Buys a little extra time. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by...
Nothing but green ahead. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big game. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run.
For an offense, to make the wide receiver reverse work, you've got to have a lot of guys doing a good sell job. Running backs have to behave as if they're actually going to keep the football, and everybody else on offense has to be yelling out, run, to try to make the defense over-pursue, but no Oscars being handed out on that.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a first down. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult.
He'll take a shot. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
Quarterback never saw his guy early enough. He was open right away, but was just late getting him the ball. Receivers jumping up and down saying, yo, I'm here, throw it to me. But by that time, the defense had already figured out where he was. And because of the late throw, they're able to come up with the interception.
He's going to get stopped, trapped, and it'll be a safety. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety. He'll field the punt and try to make a big play. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back.
Going to take a shot at this DB. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Got room on the return. Not only made the pick, but he also made up some ground and took it back to the 38.
What an amazing play by the defense. Not only do you get the interception, but you completely flip the field. And how about the open field running by that guy once he made the pick?
He's going to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude, in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and then bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the third. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
The best offenses are the ones that can run the football in the red zone when the defense knows it's coming. It's hard to throw the ball down in this area of the field. They go with the toss play, and they pick up a big gainer.
And he runs it all the way down to the 3 before they get him. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Buckeyes! And the pummeling has started. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. The officials offer the deal and the coach accepts that they will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down here for the offense. They'll try the run. Finds Zach Priest, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Off play action. Quarterback on the move, still looking. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I like the offensive idea here to try to change the launch point of the QB, but you got to do a better job protecting him because guys can't complete passes when they're getting hit.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception in the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Wolverines decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that punt will make its way into the end zone, and they'll put it in play from their own 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys.
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the route is on. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for blockers. And the return man's journey is stopped, but there is a flag on the play. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Use the play fake, now to throw. Skips away from pressure. He'll let one go down the right side. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side to where you're rolling out to. The field kind of shrinks, and it kind of becomes a little bit of backyard ball. And you can tell he forced that one in there. Didn't get the interception, thank goodness, but it wasn't a great decision.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Motion from the offense. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Now he'll fire back into the middle. Wide open, he makes the catch. Oh, look out, there he goes. He's at the 10. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Wide receiver shows motion. He'll set up to throw. They're trying to get to him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and I'll give him toughness points. He stood in there, stared down the barrel, got whacked, but I won't give him smarts points because he threw in the double coverage. You got to make a better decision than that. So try not to get walloped, and definitely don't throw for the double coverage.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Wolverines. He didn't see anyone open. Said, no problem. I'll take care of it myself.
Yeah, I've been there before. Been there, done that. Not my first rodeo. I've been in this kind of situation. Down by the goal line, I'm getting outside, and I'm taking it in myself.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
Splits the uprights.
The kick is good.
So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
Michigan 23.
Kickoff team lining up to send this one away.
Kickoff.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's
Got a lot of running room. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you two knuckleheads can call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Ran the ball on first down. Let's see what they do on second. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Just going to keep it after the snap. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Ohio State 49, Michigan 23.
On the ready.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work.
Set.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, when you're running counter, those offensive linemen crashing down, they've got to be able to pin those interior D linemen. They couldn't get it done there. They gave up too much penetration, and that led to the tackle for loss.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
On the double.
Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. Touch pass on the run. He's loose. Running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. Lining up to convert third down.
Here we go.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Open runway ahead. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little kind of push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly. Yankee blue. Yankee blue. Ready.
A first down run on the doorstep. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Touchdown, Ohio State! And the beatdown has ensued. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Buying some time. He's going to run it.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Looking to scramble. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Complete downfield. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. First down here for the offense.
First down for the offense.
He's looking to throw it. Going for the big play. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
Well, they take a shot down the field. It's another incompletion. It's really been that kind of story. This defense has made this guy earn it every single play. Really small windows to throw into.
He uncorks one deep. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about that D coming up with a play like that? And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game.
He's going to fire deep. And he's thrown another interception. Still on his feet at the 45. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
On his feet at the 40. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the punishment has been extended. Ohio State is dotting Michigan's eye as the Buckeyes are firmly in control.
And Ohio State, you know, they've let a few get away from their rival in Michigan, and they're trying to get that back. So they came into this one with a chip on their shoulder. They're not always used to being in that position when they play against Michigan. But, David, in the second half here, it's all Buckeyes.
Yeah, and you know you got to be physical. When you play the Wolverines, you know the type of brand that they play. Ohio State has matched that physicality. They have been ready. They were ready for the game, and they've handled business.
They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. On first down, here comes this offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He looks that one in nicely.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
On second down, wants to throw it. Zings it complete to the right. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Let's go.
Looking to go up top on first down. Working that left side now. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. He'll throw it. He fires back across the field, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game, in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
Quarterback keeps it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away.
Okay, ready?
Let's see what they've got on second down.
Cricket.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why the offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
And how about that on third down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, going into this matchup that they had to stop. Third down, money down. You figure they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
The Buckeyes have taken it inside the 20. A designed run for the quarterback. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. Not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
it.